So when you're booking your lightning lanes, you need to decide ahead of time, have a list of which ones you want. Um, so let's just go through park by park
Okay.
and decide which ones are the best
And the,
and the hardest to get, I guess.
right, and the lightning lanes aren't the rides you want to ride the most necessarily, because the trick is you got to have a ride at the beginning of the day that unlocks all the rest of the day, and you need to get on it as soon as you can.
Yes. It unlocks all of your park hopping capabilities. It unlocks being able to book anything else that whole day, no matter what park.
Yeah.
So that's super important.
So you want to have the very first lightning lane you can get at each park. No matter, even if it's a ride you don't even care about. Just go on it and be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our top picks for Animal Kingdom. I would say definitely the safari ride.
Yep, is a top pick.
And that one you can most of the Animal Kingdom ones are going to be pretty open and you're going to be able to get them whenever time you want.
Right.
So I would say Safari and Navi and maybe Everest.
And since we rope drop Flight of Passage, it's nice to go straight over to Navi and have that as your first one because it's right there.
Yes.
And you don't have to walk all the way across the park.
So what I would do would be try to get Navi at 9, Safari at 10, and Everest at 11. Because when you first book them, you have to do it an hour apart.
Yeah, you can't overlap.
Yes.
But then you can modify them to overlapping. So as soon as you use that 9, you can see if the next one can be modified. If the Safari can go at maybe at 9:30 or whatever.
And as soon as you scan in with whatever you use to scan in, you can then start booking something else. And as soon as you scan in, if you want to, you can book another lightning lane for another part if you're going over there later in the day. Yep. And so that's important to remember. And you can also modify, if you only want the one for that morning and you want to go somewhere else, you can modify your other two and change them to rides in other parks, even if you haven't used them.
Yeah. So probably I'll scan into Navi because that's my first park, first ride. Well, I'll do Flight of Passage, scan into Navi, and then I'll probably book Remy's because then I'll hop to Epcot. We're going to do Remy's and we're going to do Guardians if I can get the virtual queue at the right time. And then that's going to be the plan. Of course, it's always you have to just see what's available. So sometimes you have to change, but I'll have a couple of other options in my mind in case that doesn't work.
But if you see that something's not available, don't give up.
Yeah,
because things come available, and if you just refresh over and over for a few minutes, you can usually get whatever ride isn't available. Not always. Sometimes you have to try again another time.
right.
But don't look at it one time and say, "Oh, there's nothing available for the rest of the day. Why did I even buy these lightning lanes?"
Don't do that.
You can always get things. You just need to be a little bit patient.
Yeah, people drop them, or Disney drops more availability throughout the day, and so don't give up. Keep trying.
Yeah, that's our biggest tip, I think, with lightning lanes.
Yep. And then so that was Animal Kingdom, and then if you're starting at Hollywood Studios, you'll probably
you want to try to get Slinky. No matter what time it is, try for Slinky.
Slinky's really hard to get, and that's why. And what's the second hardest?
Rock and Roller Coaster, probably.
So if you want Rock and Roller Coaster, try for that one as well. And then you need your burner ride, which can be anything just to unlock. So it can be Alien Swirling Saucers, it can be Star Tours, it can be anything that's easy to get.
Yes.
Because you want it as early as possible.
Yes.
And then for Magic Kingdom,
you want to try for Tiana's.
Yep.
And that one, take any time of the day as well. And then other good ones are Haunted Mansion. That one, and Winnie the Pooh, surprisingly, is gone really fast. So Winnie the Pooh is a good choice.
And Peter Pan.
And Peter Pan is a good choice.
Yeah.
If you need a ride right at the beginning, those ones may not be available. So good choices for your burner right there are the carpets, or Dumbo, or the teacups, any of those Fantasyland rides that you don't need to wait in line for. are good choices.
Just so you can unlock it for the rest of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. And then for Epcot, I'm not going to be starting at Epcot on any of my days, but if you do start at Epcot,
There's not very many choices.
yeah, the ones that are hard to get are Remy's Frozen and Test Track, which is down right now. It's being refurbished. Sometimes Soarin'.
But you can't get both Remy's and Frozen when 7 days out because they're tier 1.
Correct.
So you have to choose one and rope drop the other one if
Yeah.
you're going to be rope dropping.
Yeah. So
If you're park hopping though, once you've gone to a different park and park hopped over to Epcot, you can try to get both of those at the same time, and it will let you.
yeah, and for your ride to unlock, it could be Nemo, it could be Three Caballeros, it could be anything. Figment, yeah, anything that's easy to get at 9 o'clock.
Yes. So those are our recommendations for the lightning